On today's show, we break down why only what gets scheduled gets done, and why you can only expect what you inspect.
Some shows don't need a celebrity narrator to introduce the show, but this show does. 2 men, 8 kids, co-created by 2 different women, 13 multi-million-dollar businesses. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Thrive Time Show.
Now, 3, 2, 1, here we go!
Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
Yes, 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 and yes! Thrive Nation, on today's show, we are interviewing very, very fine and super sexy Matt Klein. On the phone is next to me. Matt, what's up?
How we doing, guys?
Oh, man, I am just feeling like you are smelling terrific.
You know, it's funny you say that. I changed my deodorant this morning on accident, and it's actually not that it's affecting me. It's a terrible smell.
Did you get
I ordered the wrong one, and it's just awful.
Did you get
so I got to live with it all day. So
did you get the deodorant that's
the
strong enough
may be right.
for a man but made for a woman? And then did you wear that? Is that what you wore?
I got the one that's strong enough for a woman that smells like a woman. I think that's what I like.
It's called women's deodorant.
Nice. Okay. Did you know it with the moment you put it on? I mean, did you grab the wrong container? What happened?
In my gym bag, I have a spare one, and it's only used for bad times if it runs out. And I just mixed it up because I was on the phone, and now I just smell terrible all day long.
I am so sorry about that, brother. I tell you what, though, you continue to look good, though. You continue to look good, and I mean that on this audio-only broadcast. So what I want to talk about today is Time Management 101. Andrew, you've worked with a lot of people that are north of 40.
This is true.
You've helped to grow their company by more than 45%.
True.
One of those clients we've worked with is Josh with Living Water Irrigation, Josh, you've grown your company from $300,000 of revenue to $1.9 million of revenue. I would like to ask you, Josh, is time management a problem for most entrepreneurs? In your mind, from the people that you've met and know who own a business?
Yes, sir. I'd say it'd be one of the primary problems across the board. I think knowing your numbers would be the other one. But, I mean, I think when we started with you back in 2017, I was running around all day, but not productive whatsoever.
So let's talk about the time management issues that you see.
Sure.
Or maybe the time management excuses you hear.
Yes, sir.
Josh, what do you hear from people that you know who, when they say, I can't get something done, what kind of stuff do they bring up? How does that work?
Well, it's always, I don't have the time. That's always the go-to excuse. And so then when you peel that back a little bit, I always ask, okay, cool, did you watch the game yesterday? Oh, yeah, man, what did you think? Okay, cool. So in that 3.5 hours, you had the time to, well, hey, what time did you get up this morning? Oh, man, I got up a little bit after 8. I'm like, well, okay. Well, what time did you go to bed last night? What did you do last night? I mean, there's always an excuse for not having time as opposed to optimizing your time and getting up and getting things done and scheduling them. So, going to the basketball game, updating Facebook every 17 seconds, checking the Instagram feed.
Andrew, where do you see? Did you see a lot of people saying they struggle to find time to get things done?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
You do?
Often. Very often.
What excuses or reasons for not getting stuff done do you hear a lot?
Well, time's the biggest one. Time's 100% the biggest one, and it's typically getting caught up in things that aren't your highest and best use. So even if it is things for the business, it's not making progress in the business or on the business. You're making progress in the business. Maybe you're doing a job or you're actually working it or installing the thing or doing the thing, but you're not making progress on your business.
Okay, so Matt Klein, what I want to do is I want to teach the listeners a concept. I'm going to put a downloadable on the show notes so all the listeners can see this, but I want all the listeners to picture this, and maybe you've already heard this story before, but go with it. Maybe you've already heard this analogy, but go with it. Imagine your schedule is a jar. And in that jar, you have these rocks. Certain things that have to happen every day first. And then everything else around the rocks in the jar is sand. So you put in the things that are most important first, and then the sand called distraction that comes in second. Now, if you put in the sand first, you can't fit in the rocks. If you put in the sand first, you can't fit in the rocks. So let's talk about this for a second. Matt, what are some of the rocks that you put in your schedule, and what time every day do you start your schedule?
Yeah, so first thing I do something personal for myself. That's one of my rocks. I get up early in the morning and I work out. But after that, it's all business, right? So another one of my rocks is having a consistent every single morning call with my technician, right? Mostly to build my relationship with them. Secondarily is I have a list of things that I have to complete every morning, one being that I need to essentially check how my business is doing. And with Oxfresh, I get the reporting capabilities to actually just check in with my business every morning. And it's a running tally of things. It allows me to really kind of see trends that are coming up, but I check not only my marketing, but also I'll check my customer satisfaction scores from the previous days. And it keeps me up to date with exactly what's going on. I'll actually have a checklist of things that I'll need to speak to my dad about. My dad helps me with my franchises. He's local where my franchise is. And it's everything from the vehicles to customer concerns, to work orders being in. So like what you're saying is checklist items. I mean, they're vast and they go through, and that's all with my franchise. That doesn't have anything to do with my actual full-time job. And so prioritizing those things and making sure that I hit them. If I go 2 or 3 days without doing that, it really will have an impact on my business in a negative way.
So what time do you wake up every day?
I wake up at about 5:30.
So 5:30 a.m. you wake up every morning, okay? And how quickly do you hit the gym?
I typically like to be in the gym around 6:30-ish.
6:30.
Some days are easier to hit that than others.
Okay. And what gym do you go to?
Oh, yeah. I just have a 24-hour fitness that I go to. There's one that's by my house and one that's by my office, perfectly located. So that gym works for me.
And when you get to the gym, what did you do today? What was your workout today?
Today I did some upper body and some core work.
What time did you start? 6:30? You started working out right at 6:30?
Yeah, about 6:30.
Okay. What exercises did you do?
We did some pull-ups. We did some back exercises. We did some lat pull-downs. We did some cedar rows. We did some what else did we do here? Yeah, we did that. Did a little bit of arms. The beach bod workout.
I'm taking notes here, Matt. So you did the pull-ups, okay? Then you did the back exercises. What else did you do?
We did the lat pulls.
Yeah,
with
lat
a different,
pull-downs.
Bar on it.
Okay, got it.
We did some what is it called? We did some hammer pulls. We did some
hammer pulls.
Flies.
Flies.
Keep
going.
Core. We did some planks, and we did some lower abs. We were just all over the place today.
Now let's talk about this. Pull-ups. How many sets did you do?
Did 4 sets.
4 sets, and how many reps per set?
The first one I can do about 20, and then it drastically goes down from there. About 20, 15, 10, 10.
20, 15, 10, and 10. Okay. You do 20 pull-ups, though, right away.
Right away. After that, it can't get to 20 after that.
Back exercises. What do you do next for the back? What are you doing next?
So we did some rows.
Okay, rows. Okay, got it.
I'm rows. We've got some machines there that are just some pull machines that we do.
Are you doing 3 sets of 8, or you do 3 sets of 10? What do you do?
I do 4 sets of failure usually.
4 sets of failure. Okay, got it. And how many reps can you do in like a failure set? Is it like 30 reps or what?
It depends on how heavy it is.
Well, I want to know. I promise I have a point. I want to know.
For pull-ups, I mean, that's kind of my failure. 20, 15, 10, 10. I'm a little heavier than I should be.
Okay. Now, what about a hammer? You said you do hammer curls? Did you say hammer curls?
Yeah, I can do about 15 or 20 with a 65 or 70 pound in there.
Okay. So you're doing – so you have a plan, though. You showed up to the gym with a plan.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yes, I definitely have a plan.
It wasn't random. Is it written down anywhere, or how do you know what you're doing?
It's not random. It is written down.
Where's it written down?
I got just to follow a workout program that you can track your workouts. You can see where you were at, a month ago to this month, and you can actually track your progress or lack of progress as well.
Do you have a trainer, or do you go in and just do your own thing?
I just do my own thing. I do not have a trainer.
But you did write your stuff down. You didn't just show up.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. And so then after you do your workout routine, what time do you get home? What time do you get to the office where you do your check-in call?
So I'm usually at my office by about, I'm not necessarily always at my office when I'm doing these things, but I'm doing my check-in calls at about 8 a.m.
Got it. And then when you
Because
check
usually
in,
my technicians are on the way or prior to leaving their homes to go to their first job.
what specific stuff do you check in with your team on?
Yeah, so I want to know how their day goes. So I have a very just like a open conversation to begin with. How was your day yesterday? Did you run into anything that was, that I need to know about? How is everything running? I really want to know how their vehicle is, and I always ask them every day, how's the vehicle running? Is there anything? Did you check the tires? Did you check all those things?
Yep.
And I also ask them the same thing with equipment, right? I learned that if I don't ask these things, little tiny things like our sprayers, for instance, like the sprayers will start to get a drip, and then they won't say anything, and then it'll start not working. And then they'll spend their time trying to just navigate a broken machine when all they had to do was tell me, and we could have fixed it right there. So now I'm consistent about asking them about their machines.
Yep.
And then I go right into Google and Facebook and Yelp in terms of reviews, because we have some very specifics that we need to get to. And I already know the numbers because I checked yesterday of where we were at.
Yesterday.
In terms of reviews.
Yesterday. You do this every day?
Pretty close. I mean, I can't say I've done it every single day, but I try to stay as consistent as possible. Because as a semi-absentee owner of a business, there's only certain things that I really can control on a day-to-day basis. And one of those is getting reviews. So if I know that it's been 4 days or something since my guys got a review, and I know that he's got the jobs on the schedule, then something else is going on. And so I'll ask them, it looks like we haven't gotten a review since Monday. It's Wednesday, and we've done 12 jobs since then. What's going on? Are we not asking? Are we running behind? So I just try to make sure that they understand the importance, because they're sick and tired of me talking to them about reviews.
Okay.
So they get the reviews, conversation's a lot less.
So I want to make sure the listeners get this. Someone should write this down. You can only expect what you inspect. Someone should write that down. You can only expect what you inspect. This is important. So I want to make sure we're getting this idea. Matt Klein, you wake up every day at 5:30 in the morning. 6:30 you hit the gym. You have a very specific plan. You knock out the plan. Now, let me tell you, this is the Mark Wahlberg plan. And I have a screenshot of it I'm putting on the show notes. But this is Mark Wahlberg's schedule, which he published because he was, from what I understand, is people ask him all the time, what does his routine look like? So he decided just to screenshot it and put it out there. Mark Wahlberg, who is a very, in my opinion, a very good actor, a very good entrepreneur. He's very much into fitness. This is what he does. He wakes up every single day at 2:30 in the morning. At 2:45, he's a Catholic. He does his prayer time. At 3:15, he does his breakfast. From 3:45 to 5:15, he works out. From 5:30 a.m., he does his post-workout meal. 6 o'clock a.m., he does a shower. 7:30, he goes and golfs every morning. 8 o'clock, he does his snack. 9:30, does his cryo chamber recovery. 10:30, a snack. 11 o'clock, family time meetings, workout calls. 1 o'clock, lunch. 2 o'clock, meetings, workout calls. 3 o'clock, pick up the kids at school. 3:30, a snack. 4 o'clock, workout number 2. 5 o'clock, shower. 5:30, dinner, family time. 7:30, bedtime. That's his schedule. And I'm not saying that's what your schedule needs to be, but if you want to be Mark Wahlberg, that's what your schedule needs to be. If you and I want to be Mark Wahlberg, that's what the schedule has to be. You don't look like that without hitting the gym twice a day. So what I'm saying to the listeners out there, I want to help somebody out there, is John Maxwell, who is a 2-time Thrive Time show guest. He said, the secret of your success is determined by your daily agenda. John Maxwell, who will be featured in my newest book, The Mastermind Manuscripts, writes, the secret of your success is determined by your daily agenda. Lee Cockrell, the former executive vice president of Walt Disney World Resorts, who we've had on the show, who will also be featured in my upcoming book, Mastermind Manuscripts, says, what gets scheduled gets done. So, Matt, when you have this schedule at the gym and you've got a plan, have you ever been to the gym and you're working out and there's a guy at the gym that doesn't have a plan? Have you watched this guy?
Yeah, I've done it many times.
I want to talk about you
Yeah.
or that guy, but when you go to the gym and you don't have a plan, I want to talk about what happens when you're at the gym and you don't have a plan.
Yeah, I think you start to float a little bit. You don't really have a plan of action. You're waiting on other people to do things. You don't have a checklist of things that you're trying to accomplish. So I think time just goes by without you doing anything.
And I think what you do is you start to adjust your Spotify songs, and then you get a call that comes in. You get a call. You want to take that call because the workout no longer is the most important thing. So you take the call because you're really what's important is whatever interrupts you. Am I correct? I mean, whatever's available.
Yep.
And so that would be called a distraction. Anything that takes you closer to the results you want is called traction. Anything that gets you closer to your goals is traction. Anything that takes you further away from your goals is called distraction. That takes you further away. You have attraction or distraction. Think about this for a second. So, Josh, let's talk about the traction and the distraction because none of us are perfect. But what are the distractions that could keep you from having success with living water irrigation? If you're not careful, what are those distractions?
So I think the number one most important thing is ensuring what is exactly a burning fire. Like, what do I need to stop doing what I'm doing and go take care of, or what can be taken care of by somebody else, or the following day it can be scheduled. So I had a horrible habit years ago about running when everybody called. It helped us out, honestly, on our customer service and on our impact with people because it was like, hey, he shows up and he's right on the ball and Johnny on the spot. But the other problem in that is it takes me away from what I was currently doing of working on the business or our reviews or scripts or procedures or processes. So it's understanding for sure what is a true burning fire and what can be put off till later. So that was our big fault. The other big distractions are phone calls from family, phone calls from friends, text from friends or family. Those things have a place, and family is important and friends are important, and those things need to absolutely have a place in your life. But when you're working, it needs to be understand, hey, I'm at work. We can talk about this evening or this weekend or whatever that may be.
Matt, there's a Bible verse. I don't expect you to be a Bible scholar, but I want to read this because it's so important for somebody to get this. It says, where there is no vision, this is Proverbs Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18 reads, where there is no vision, the people cast off restraint. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Let's dumb it down, despiritualize it. Where there is no workout plan, the OxyFresh owner in the gym begins to screw around with Spotify and look for sugary beverages. Where there is no battle plan, the OxyFresh franchisee may pull over and have a sugary beverage. Where there is no specific diet, we all might have a regrettable burrito. Where there is no game plan for the work day, we might not get a Google review. Where there is no intentional plan that must happen, we all just kind of go to work and see what happens. Matt, help somebody right now who's never really made a to-do list on a daily basis, and they're frustrated because the more they defer that hope, the more they think that the passage of time is going to help, the more depressed they get. Help the listeners out there who are not used to having a plan every day.
Sure. And I can say honestly that I've always had some trouble with this, and the more things that, like you guys are mentioning, you write down, you put into your schedule, it's already slated for you to complete it. If you don't put something in your schedule that you need to get done, you're opening up the possibility of you just not getting to it because now you have an excuse, right? So if there's certain things that you need to get done, right? You know it. Like everyone knows that. You just have it in your idea. You need to get these things done today. It's either a real problem or it's just part of your daily routine. Just make a habit, right? If it's 5 things, just put those 5 things in your schedule. And then if your schedule was not actually set up correctly for you to complete those, then adjust your schedule. Make your life easier, right? Nobody wants to leave the end of the day knowing you didn't get things done you needed to, right? So I personally like thinking, get it done in the very beginning of your day so that you can focus on other things and you're open to being able to adjust to other things that might come down the pipeline, right? So start small, get the things you need to get done, put them in your schedule, put them in first, knock them out. That way you don't have to think about them anymore and you can be more productive with your other tasks.
Matt, you played basketball at a pretty high level at the high school, and then you went on to play their Division I basketball. Do you remember going to the tournaments on the weekends?
Yeah.
And right now,
A lot.
my kids are in the cheer tournament phase, and let me just tell you what happens here. And you can tell me if you relate to this. You have the cheerleading performance time, so you know they're going to perform at 2:30, right? Because it's in the schedule. It's on the agenda. The basketball game, Matt, you remember that the game would start like at 3 o'clock, and you'd have one more game in the next round of the playoffs at 6 if you won and 5 if you lost. Do you remember that, the bracket?
Yep.
And then after the game is over, and you're in the hotel with 16-year-old dudes, and it's 6 o'clock at night, and there's no vision, you know, and you remember that cool coach who would let you do whatever? Remember that guy, the coach who wanted to be your friend?
Yes.
And what kind of craziness happens that you can speak of when there is no vision, there is no agenda, and there's not a game until tomorrow at noon? What kind of crap happens on Saturday night at the Embassy Suites between the hours of 8 p.m.?
Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. I mean, when you're young, you do stupid things, right? You might go to the corner store and get a box of donuts and eat the whole thing with 7 Gatorades, and then when the game comes up, the last thing you want to do is run around. I mean, you might go out and cause trouble. I mean, there's as many things you think bad that can happen can potentially happen, right? So, you know, if you're not on task and you don't realize what you need to do, and you're not eating right, and you're not on schedule, and you're not where you need to be, then you open up the whole realm of possibilities, most of them being negative, to what you're trying to actually, you know, get done. So if you know you have a game in a few hours, I would assume you wouldn't go eat a whole box of donuts, right? So having some things scheduled and making sure whoever you're dealing with is on point and on task, all those things will help you to your end goal.
You know, Proverbs 16:27 through 29. Again, Proverbs is just age-old wisdom that you can find in the Bible. It reads here, idle hands are the devil's workshop. Idle lips are his mouthpiece. An evil man sows strife. Gossip separates the best of friends. Wickedness loves company and leads others into sin. This is probably kind of the problem I have with cheerleading tournaments as a general rule, Matt, is after the kids perform, because I'm not kidding, they only perform for 2.5 minutes. Matt, have you ever dated a cheerleader?
I have not.
Well, here's the deal. Let me tell you this. The cheerleading world, someday when you have a daughter who's a cheerleader, if that happens, when they only perform for 2.5 minutes per day. Total. You know, basketball game's what, 90 minutes or something? So you've got, they have, I'm not kidding. I went to one recently, and they opened up the mini bar at 10 a.m. And all the dudes are like, dude, you guys want to go to the bar? We got it. Because there's nothing to do. You're literally stuck in a arena watching some other kid from Hawaii and Kansas and Florida cheer. You don't know the score. There's no plan. And this is what happens this is what imitate the cheer moms. They'll go, oh my gosh, it's so sad. Did you see Madison? She's not going to get to fly anymore. Oh my gosh, she's so much taller than last year. She put on weight. Do you see that girl? Oh my gosh, she shouldn't even be wearing that outfit. Do you see what she's wearing right there? I mean, and they're talking about 12-year-olds. And I think to myself, is it legal to turn around and boo these people? But they are, I'm not kidding. I bet you 45% of the conversations are about, oh my gosh, that girl should not even be wearing that. Oh my, it's embarrassing. You're talking about the body image of a 12-year-old. Then you got the other moms who are hairspraying their kids until there's a bigger hole in the ozone. The whole thing's going on. And the reason why it happens is because there's no vision for the whole day. There's no plan. There's no structure. There's nothing that needs to be done. And I think a lot of business owners have created a perpetual cheer tournament for themselves. They've got what, Matt? I mean, you got 4 hours or 5 hours of carpets to clean, and you got about 3 hours of drive time in between, and you could be doing nothing or something productive. Am I correct? I mean, is that not the could you be productive with your time? I mean, is it possible for a technician to do nothing or something?
Yeah, definitely. And I think you hit it right on the head. I mean, a good, thriving franchise, their technicians don't have a lot of downtime.
Come on now.
Right? If they have an hour between their jobs, right? And you've shown them the value of creating more opportunity, which is more jobs,
Yep.
or getting Google reviews, or handing out flyers.
Right.
right? All of those things are tasks that will actually not only make your business grow, but they will make more money in their bank at the end of the day.
That's so
If
true.
you've never brought that up and you've never trained them how to do it, right, then they're literally going to be wasting time and your money on things that are actually not helping your business whatsoever. And it's not actually their fault. The fault is 100% on the owner because
Agreed.
they don't even have the skills or the know-how or been trained or understand the importance on their paycheck of doing simple tasks in between the job, right? All those things are just trainable behavior that can be absolutely dictated by checklists.
Oh, my gosh. That's so good. So what you want to do to make this actionable, and Andrew, put this on the show notes, everybody out there, you want to have daily key performance indicators for each one of your employees. Everybody out there, you need to have a written quota, a written amount of activities that need to be done every day. We have one girl in our office right now named Angela. Her entire full-time job is to call, and Andrew, you see it. She's calling for Dr. Whitlock to get reviews and to call leads. That's her only task.
It's true.
That girl put up 300 outbound calls yesterday alone.
So good.
That's more outbound calls than some people's receptionists put up in a month.
Or longer than that sometimes.
So think about this. I want everybody to believe that I am wrong, and I want you to look this up by going right now to thrivetimeshow.com, thrivetimeshow.com/does-it-work. And when you go there, click on that's thrivetimeshow.com/does-it-work and click on the group interview button. And here's some fun stats for you about what it means to have non-intentional employees. When not watched and supervised, 75% of U.S. employees steal goods or services from the workplace, according to CBS News. 41% of your employees' workday is spent doing nothing. According to the New York Times and best-selling author Ken Blanchard, they interviewed 1,300 companies and managers to discover 41% of your employees' time is spent doing nothing. You got kids at home doing nothing? This just in, the Center for Disease Control now reports that 1 out of 6 men have an STD before the age of 18. Get your kids busy doing something. You got people doing nothing in your office? 25% of employees who are bored. According to Newsweek's story, iCrazy, 25% of U.S. employees now look at adult content at work or in the work truck. 25%. You want to create some problems? Give your people an idle schedule. So what's the anecdote for this? Get up every single day, make a to-do list, block out your time in your calendar, and then block out everything else. Go get them. And Matt, if somebody's blocked out time in their calendar today to look into buying an OxyFresh, all they have to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com/OxyFresh. That's thrivetimeshow.com/OxyFresh. And Matt, how much does it cost to become an OxyFresh franchisee boss?
Yes. So our initial franchise fee is $38,900. That includes equipment, product, territory, and training.
Yes.
And then best practices that have about $20,000 in operating capital, so you can get your business off the ground, running efficiently, cash flowing, and then you're off to the races.
Matt, you are, I'm sorry about the deodorant fiasco here, but I appreciate you helping us talk about time management and really getting into the nitty-gritty of your workout routine. And but again, I'm sorry about the whole deodorant debacle. I know that can be a downer.
I'm not. These clothes are getting burnt at the end of the day, so sometimes you just got to start fresh.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to burn those clothes. Is that the OxyFresh slogan? Sometimes you just got to burn these clothes and start fresh. Is that the new motto?
Yeah. Yep, just made it up. Going on the website tomorrow.
There it is. Matt Klein, you're a great American. Don't go changing.
All right, guys. I appreciate the time. Everyone out there, make checklists. Be awesome. Have a good rest of your week, and hopefully I can be on with you guys next week.
Hey, take care, Chief. And now, without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, boom! Stop what you're doing and think about this for a second. What would happen if your company was suddenly able to generate exponentially more quality sales leads? That would be incredible. What would happen if your company came up at the top or near the top of the Google search engine results?
Well, I would just feel overwhelmed with all that business.
How many thousands of dollars in lost sales or millions of dollars in lost sales are you missing out on simply because your potential customers can't find you when they go online to search for the products and services that you offer?
I refuse to think that thought because I don't want any more business.
Unless you are a dirty communist that hates money, my new book, Search Engine Domination, will help you grow your business. In my new book, Search Engine Domination, we will teach you the specific steps that you need to take to dominate the search engine results.
What do you mean by dominate?
You see, in my new book, Search Engine Domination, we will teach you the specific steps that you need to take to dominate search engine results. Download your free ebook copy today at thebestseobook.com. I repeat, that's thebestseobook.com.
My name is Amy Baltimore, and I am a CPA in Covington, Tennessee. I've been working with the Thrive team now for about a year. One of the first things that they did was to update my website and my search engine optimization. I prior had a website, but I was not being found on Google, and all of my new business was coming through referrals from friends, family, etc. And right away, I started to see results. People were calling and coming in saying that they found me on Google. They just Googled CPA near me, and there I was at the top of the page. And so it's been a great help to my business.
Again, you can download your free ebook copy today at thebestseobook.com.
Hey, this is Dustin Huff. I'm with Keystone Harbor Marina. We joined Thrive back in January and have been working with these guys for about 7 months. During that time period, we have moved up our Google rank through reviews and SEO processes that we've compiled through these guys. Our leads have gone from about 4 a week to now 165 a week. So the process works. I will tell you from experience, once you begin, you have to stay with it. As long as you continually do this week in and week out, month in and month out, you'll continually grow.
The system works, but nothing works unless you do. You've got to take some action. Download the ebook for free today at thebestseobook.com.
Hello, my name is Daniel with Daniel's Heating and Air here in Amarillo, Texas. The way Google has affected my business, we have got a lot of calls from Google. Right now it's July, and we've had the best month ever. And it took us about 8 to 10 months to get on top of Google, and I'm glad we did.
Remember, nothing works unless you do. You have to go to thebestseobook.com today. Download the ebook for free. Just download that ebook for free, and you'll be off to the races.
Hi, my name is Christina Nemus. I'm the owner and operator of Angel's Touch Auto Body and Detailing in Bourne, Massachusetts. We have been working with Thrive and their coaching for, say, 8 to 9 months, and it took us about 6 months, 5 to 6 months to get on the top of Google, and with their help with the website and marketing, and the SEO and retargeting ads with Google, and it has been phenomenal. We just have light and day business coming in, phone calls coming in, walk-ins, referrals. It's just through the roof, and we couldn't be happier. At the moment, we are up 50% this year from the previous year, and not only is that part of our own hard work and diligence, but also with the help of Thrive and what they've done for us and getting us on the top of Google and, you know, all their knowledge and coaching. And yeah, so super grateful, super pumped to see what the future holds for all of us. Thank you.
This is your year to thrive. Success you will find. Today is your day, and now is your time.
Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Proverbs 10:4. I'm here to tell you, you can do it if you can just motivate yourself. To what the masses had to cut off a few, so on the daily you you and I could rendezvous. A misshapen tree that I had to prune. I had to make cuts to be here daily at noon. So, like a tidal wave of knowledge monsoon, I could rain on the parades of those of doubt in you. Are you the next Rockefeller or the next guru? Or the next Dr. King who's changing the rules? Walls are in your way, will you run right through? Like a running back, forth the one, it's up to you. I remember my days back in the dorm room, tuned to the gloom like the temple of doom. Overwhelmed with the doubts that try to consume my hope for the future that I could pursue. But from the mountaintop now I can conclude that you have what it takes if you want the view to.
This is your year to thrive. Success you will find. Today is your day, and now is your time. It's your year to thrive. Success you will find. Today is your day, and now is your time.
This moment is profound cause you're above the ground. Your road might have been rough, but what you got now is now. We're here to pick you up and to even show you how. But you gotta be resourceful with that old plow. Started from the bottom, but I worked my way up. Cause by 4 a.m. I've always been prayed up. Rise and grind as your time, don't dare let up. You gotta get it, don't quit it till your seeds grow up.
This is your year to thrive.
Come on.
Success you will find.
Yes.
Today is your day.
Somebody say,
and now is your time.
it's your time.
It's your year to thrive.
Come on.
Success you will find. Today is your day, and now is your time.
It's your time. We all have a wish and we all want to win, but we cannot begin without self-discipline. If you fall on your face, get yourself up again. Attach yourself to goals, not fail with the friends. When the storms get rough and it's scattered and leave, you only be there with yourself and what you believe. We believe in you, but not as much as God does. If you're going through hell, he's got nothing but love. Apply what you learn, increase what you earn, and in due time
You got money to burn. Apply what you've learned, increase what you earn, and in due time you got money to burn.
Sing it.
Apply what you've learned, increase what you earn. In due time you got money to burn.
Sing it.
Apply what you've learned,
Sing it.
increase what you earn.
Yes.
In due time you got money to
With
to
this
burn.
miracle, I look to shout down the doubters. Kill the weeds that be killing your dream flowers. Empower you to devour all the obstacles that make your sweet dreams sour. As for me, I used to stutter, but now I'm on the microphone smooth like butter. If I can do it, I know you can too, but you must stick to it like postage do. And while Merton's on the chorus, singing what he sings, I encourage you to dream big dreams.
Today is your day.
Today's your day.
And now is your time.
It's your time.
This is your year to thrive.
Sing it.
Success you will find. Today is your day.
It's your day.
And now is your time.
It's your time.
Today is your day.
Come on.
And now is your time.
Sing it, Martin.
Today is your day. Now is your time.
I realize I can't sing like that, but I can talk and play the woodblock. Okay. If you guys need me, I'll just be over here.